Wake up to active inference AI and its potential to improve human life,
Hmm.
exponentially. If you learn about it, you see it. If you see it and believe it, then help build it. We're at a turning point, and active inference and spatial AI needs bodies. Do you want to work to propel humanity? Meet Denise Holt.
Wow, that's quite a powerful statement.
It is, isn't it? And that's straight from a letter written by James Vogel, an ex-gen investor who's clearly, passionate about the potential of active inference AI. And honestly, after diving deep into Denise Holt's work, I can see why he's so excited. She's this incredible educator, someone who can take these really complex AI concepts, especially active inference and spatial computing, and just like make them understandable.
It sounds like this deep dive is all about understanding Denise Holt's vision for the future of AI and how it connects to this idea of, propelling humanity forward, right?
Yeah, exactly. So first things first, Denise is all about decentralized AI. She believes that instead of having these, giant centralized AI systems, we can have AI that lives on our own devices, like our phones and laptops. This is where active inference comes in. Think about how you catch a ball. Your brain is constantly predicting where it will land and adjusting your movements, right?
Right.
Active inference lets AI do something similar. It's all about, predicting what's going to happen next
Yeah.
and taking actions to make those predictions come true.
That's fascinating. So instead of relying on like massive data sets, these AI agents are using a more natural, almost like biological approach to learning. But if they're decentralized, how do they learn from each other? That seems like a, pretty big hurdle.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's where Denise brings in the spatial web. You can think of it like an evolution of the internet, a new layer on top of our existing web. But instead of websites and pages, it creates this network of like interconnected programmable spaces. It's kind of like a digital twin of our world.
Uh, so this spatial web acts as a framework for these decentralized AI agents to like communicate and collaborate, allowing them to share their experiences and learn from each other, basically. That's a really interesting concept.
It is, right? And Denise is really emphasizing the potential for like seamless integration of the physical and digital worlds.
I'm starting to see why Jake is so fired up about all this, but how does Denise actually see us building this future? It feels massive.
Well, she doesn't just talk about it. She provides actual resources
Mhm.
to, help make it happen. She has this really amazing online platform called Learning Lab Central. You can take courses, get certifications, and just like become part of a whole community of people who are, all about active inference and the spatial web.
So she's not just a visionary, she's an educator, like actually equipping people with the tools and knowledge to actually, build this future. That's pretty impressive. What specifically can people learn from her courses?
Well, she starts with the basics, like how the internet itself is evolving. We're moving beyond like static websites into this more dynamic, interactive space with the spatial web protocol. There are two key parts to this protocol, HSTP and HSML.
So HSTP and HSML are kind of like the building blocks of this new internet. They let all these smart devices talk to each other in a common language, creating this interconnected world Denise is talking about.
Exactly. And then she dives into decentralized AI and how these active inference agents are, fundamentally different from like traditional AI. They don't need massive data sets. They learn from their own experiences and interactions within the spatial web.
That actually addresses one of my initial concerns. Traditional AI's reliance on, huge data sets always felt a little unsustainable to me. This approach seems much more adaptable, I guess. What else does Denise?
They're like the next generation of AI models. They're
Yeah.
like super efficient and versatile. And they can even handle small data sets effectively. But the really mind-blowing thing is their ability to understand conceptual relationships, not just recognize patterns.
Hold on. So they're not just recognizing a cat in a picture, they're understanding the concept of a cat, like its characteristics, its behaviors, its, place in the world.
That's exactly it. She uses this great example to explain it. Imagine a green apple.
Okay, I'm picturing a green apple. What about it?
Well, an RGM can understand the concept of green apple at different levels, like the pixel level as a physical object, as part of a tree, as part of an orchard, and so on. It's like they can zoom in and out of different levels of detail without like losing their understanding of the overall concept.
Wow, that's pretty remarkable. So they can operate across different scales, just like, human thinking.
Exactly. And when you combine this with the spatial web,
Things start to get Like really interesting. Imagine these powerful RGMs interacting within a, dynamic interconnected space. That's where the true potential like emerges.
Exactly. And Denise emphasizes that this is, more than just technology. It's a new way of thinking about intelligence itself. It's about creating a shared intelligence that combines the best of human and, machine capabilities.
So through Denise's work, we're not just witnessing the evolution of technology, we're like witnessing the evolution of intelligence itself. It's an exciting and, to be honest, a slightly daunting prospect. It makes you wonder about the
It
possibilities.
really does. And she doesn't just leave you hanging with these, big ideas. She also has these monthly Learning Lab live sessions and a podcast where she delves even deeper into these concepts and has conversations with the community.
It sounds like she's built an entire ecosystem around this vision of the future,
Yeah.
providing the education, the tools, the community, and the platform for people to like come together and actually build what she's describing.
It's inspiring to see someone not just talking about the future, but actively creating the pathways to get us there. And from what we've seen so far, this future has incredible potential.
Absolutely. But I'm curious, what are some real world applications of this spatial AI future? Can you give us a sense of how this technology will impact our, daily lives, make it real for us?
Okay, so let's try and ground this in reality a bit. Can you paint me a picture of what this spatial AI future might actually, look like?
Sure. Imagine you're walking down the street wearing your, smart glasses. But instead of just showing you directions or notifications, they're connected to the spatial web we've been talking about. They're constantly gathering information about your surroundings, learning about your preferences, and even interacting with like other AI agents in the network.
So my glasses are like an extension of my senses, feeding data to these AI agents. What kind of data are we talking about here? Well, they could be, analyzing the flow of pedestrian traffic, identifying potential hazards like uneven sidewalks or, construction zones. Maybe they even recognize familiar faces and remind you of their names and your last interaction.
Wow, that's a lot of data. And if it's being shared across the spatial web, it creates this like collective intelligence that could benefit, everyone connected to the network. Imagine a city where traffic flows smoothly because AI agents are optimizing traffic signals based on, real-time conditions, or accidents are avoided because hazards are identified and communicated, instantly.
Exactly. Or think about healthcare. You go to the doctor and instead of relying on your memory of symptoms, your wearable devices have been tracking your vitals, sleep patterns, even your diet. That provides a much more comprehensive picture of your, health.
That's incredible. But all this, data sharing makes me think about privacy. How do we ensure data privacy and security in this kind of like interconnected world? It feels like a potential minefield.
You're right to be thinking about that for sure. Denise addresses this head on. She explains how the spatial web is designed with security and privacy as core principles. It's all about giving individuals control over their own data. You set the permissions for what can be shared and with whom.
That makes sense. So it's not just about the cool technology, it's about building a responsible and ethical framework for how it's used. This idea of a, socio-technical standard that Denise talks about seems crucial here.
Definitely. And with active inference, the focus shifts from, just collecting data to actually understanding it. So instead of your data being used to target you with ads, it's being used to improve your health, optimize your commute, even personalize your learning.
That's a powerful shift. It makes technology feel less intrusive and more like a, partner. And remember those programmable laws and guidelines for AI agents we talked about earlier? Those are essential for making sure these systems align with, human values.
Absolutely. We need to know that these AI systems are, working with us, not against us. And because active inference is based on the same principles as biological intelligence, it's a little easier to grasp how these systems are, making decisions.
It's a good point. It's not just about like creating intelligent machines. It's about creating intelligent machines we can, understand and trust.
One of the things Denise talks about that really stuck with me was how these AI agents could manage complex systems, like, a city's infrastructure.
Ah, the Holon concept. It's fascinating. Each part of the system, whether it's a traffic light, the power grid, or even a self-driving car, is autonomous but also interconnected, contributing to the overall health and efficiency of the city.
And because these AI agents are constantly learning and adapting, They can respond to, unexpected events in real time, making the whole system more resilient. Imagine a city that can anticipate and mitigate the impact of a power outage or a natural disaster, all because its infrastructure is like managed by this network of intelligent agents.
Yeah. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but you're saying it's actually, within reach.
Denise believes it is. And this concept goes beyond just infrastructure. Think about healthcare, where AI agents are constantly monitoring patients' vital signs, alerting doctors to potential problems before they even become apparent. Or imagine education, where AI agents personalize learning pathways for, each student, adapting to their needs and learning styles.
It sounds like this technology has the potential to touch, like, almost every aspect of our lives.
And because these AI agents are decentralized, the processing power is, distributed, making the system less vulnerable to attacks or failures. It's not about relying on one central brain. It's about creating a distributed intelligence that's more robust and adaptable.
It's clear that Denise is painting a picture of a future where AI isn't something to be, feared, but something to be embraced. A future where it's woven into the fabric of our lives, not as a replacement for human intelligence, but as an extension of it.
Exactly. She believes that by understanding these advancements, we can all play a role in, shaping this future.
Yeah.
It's not about passively waiting for technology to dictate our lives. It's about actively participating in its development.
So it's a call to action, not just for tech developers, but for, everyone. We all have a stake in this future.
This has been incredible. We've covered so much ground, from the evolution of the internet to the potential of RGMs and this vision of a spatial AI future.
It's amazing how Denise connects all these concepts into a, coherent vision. She's truly a pioneer in this field. But honestly, it feels like we've only scratched the surface here.
I agree. There's still so much to explore.
For example, how do we ensure equitable access to this technology? How do we navigate potential job displacement that might come from, increased automation? These are complex issues that need careful consideration.
You're right. Those are big questions. But Denise's work provides a, framework for thinking about these challenges. She emphasizes the importance of human governance, ethical considerations, and open dialogue as we navigate this new frontier.
It's reassuring to know that those aspects aren't being ignored in all the excitement about the, technology itself.
It's definitely a balancing act. But ultimately, this is about building a better future, one where technology serves humanity, not the other way around.
That's a future worth striving for.
Absolutely. Denise's work is a powerful reminder that the future isn't, predetermined. It's something we create together.
And speaking of creating the future, are there any companies out there actually, putting these ideas into practice?
You bet. Denise highlights companies like Versus AI, who are developing, cutting-edge technologies based on active inference and the spatial web. Their Genius platform is a great example of this. It's designed to bring the power of active inference to like all sorts of industries.
Yeah.
Offering a more efficient and adaptable alternative to traditional AI systems.
So it's like taking those theoretical concepts we've been discussing and, making them practical, right?
Yeah.
Applicable to real world problems. What are some like examples of their success?
Well, get this. In a recent head-to-head competition, Versus AI's Genius platform actually outperformed one of, OpenAI's most advanced models.
Wow.
That's huge. It proves that active inference isn't just some like abstract idea. It's a real solution that's, ready to be implemented.
That's pretty remarkable. What's so different about Versus AI's approach? Are they just like tweaking existing algorithms, or is it something more,
Fundamental. They're actually building AI systems from like first principles, meaning they're not just, tinkering with what's already out there. They're developing a whole new approach to AI, one that's more closely aligned with, how human intelligence works.
And that ties in perfectly with Denise's vision of a decentralized AI future, right? Distributing intelligence across the network, creating a more resilient and ethical AI ecosystem.
You got it. It's a like paradigm shift.
Yeah.
It could revolutionize not just technology, but also how we interact with the world around us. It's not about, replacing human intelligence, but augmenting it,
Yeah.
working together with AI to achieve more.
That's an important distinction. Yeah, it's about collaboration, not replacement. And Denise is really out there, providing the education and resources to empower people to like be a part of this shift. It's not just for, tech experts, it's for everyone.
Right, her courses, her podcast, her whole community, it's all about making these concepts accessible to, anyone who's curious about it.
Yeah. It's inspiring to see someone so passionate about, sharing knowledge and empowering others. It makes you realize that the future of AI isn't being decided in some secret lab. It's being shaped by all of us.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
Well, it means we're on the verge of a uh, technological awakening, an awakening where AI becomes a partner, not a threat, an awakening where technology helps us, solve our biggest challenges and create a more equitable and sustainable future.
Denise believes that by understanding these advancements, we can all be active participants in, shaping this future. It's a future where AI can enhance our lives, optimize systems, and, ultimately create a world that works better for everyone.
If you're, intrigued, you want to learn more, I highly recommend checking out Denise's work. Her website, her podcast, her courses, they're all fantastic resources. She even has an executive program for, those who want to be leaders in this new technological era. This deep dive has been quite a journey. We've explored the cutting edge of AI and, got a glimpse of a future that's both like exciting and challenging. But maybe the biggest takeaway is that the future isn't something that just, happens to us. It's something we create.
So let's create a future where technology serves humanity, not the other way around. A future where intelligence is shared, not hoarded. A future where AI helps us unlock our, full potential and build a better world for ourselves and generations to come.
That's a future worth striving for.
That's a future worth building.
And thanks to the work of people like Denise Holt, it's a future that feels, within our reach.
In the digital hive, lights are flashing bright, thoughts are moving fast. In the neon eye, feel the circuit pulse, all the codes ignite. Living in a web, what with the sight, synchronicity, we're intertwined. Binary stars, our minds align. We are the code, we're never alone. In the hive mind, we find a home. Frequencies connect, voices echo near. Data streams of life, whispers we can hear. Information dance to the rhythm here. Electric heartbeat, no trace of fear. Machines and dreams, new frontier. Together we sound crystal clear. We are the code, we're never alone. In the high mind, we find a home. Synapse sparks fly under the sky. Futuristic eyes, watching time go by.